I've had to remove the wheels twice on this car, and both times, once I've got them on, which was tight enough, I couldn't get them back off again. Now, the spigot round here, when the car goes in for servicing and they remove the wheels, for 2 minutes work cleaning the old rubbish off, as you can see, means that when you come to get the wheel off, you don't have to use a mallet. Now, 5 minutes work will make the job a lot easier next time. Obviously, I will put a smear of copper slip on here, but it'll be going onto the metal instead of building it up on smearing it on the rubbish that's already there. I mean, look at the step, how thick that step is. You can see there, you know, once the wheel is bolted up and goes back to that, it just corrodes it back on again. So for 5 minutes work, I'm cleaning them all up, and it'll make it easier for me to put the bloody wheels back on, and then in future they should come off easier. It's just a thought for anybody who in the motor trade that's watching this. Clean them up, it makes it easier for you in the long run. Right then, let's crack on. Right, now the dent man's finished doing his thing, I need to put the cover back in, and they're all the different fixings that hold it in. So we've got T25 Torx drives, Phillips screwdriver, and a 10mm socket, and we're going to get all this put back together, and then I'm going to paint the hubs. I'm going to touch in the chips on the calipers. I'm going to have a look, see whether I've got any of these stickers, because I can replace them as well. I should have them in stock, I do enough of them. But right, these are all the things that I'm doing before I can actually start polishing the car. So if anybody ever wonders why my car seems to take forever to do, these are part of the reasons, because a lot more gets done that you can't even see. So anyway, going to get on with it, and I'll see you on the next one. Just soak this tissue with TARDIS. I'm just going to keep applying the TARDIS for 20 minutes periodically, and then all the glue from the turbo badge should just fall off. Hi, it's Ted from The Devil's in the Detail. Right, so we've got to the point now. I've been painting the hubs and touching up the calipers and put the liner back from having the dents removed, and now it's time to start the polishing. As you can see, I've now protected all the rubbers that I spent hours cleaning out to make sure we don't get any paste residue in them and have to clean them all again. So the car's all masked up, all the vulnerable spots, and now it's time to go around the car and see what sort of paint depths we got. Well, I already know from a previous visit that it's a bit dodgy, but I thought I'd show you anyway. We'll start at the bonnet, and I guess that's already been repainted, so you can see the sort of paint readings we're getting off the bonnet. Driver's wing, not so clever. And this has got to be polished because of the dents being removed, so again a lot of care is going to have to be taken. This car's been recently purchased from a dealer, and you know, I believe they've already polished it to death. This is the door, and that's quite healthy. So the door's quite healthy. And then we get to the roof. There's 3 scratches in the roof, and I feel that they've already tried to remove them. And when we check the paint, you can see that somebody's been really heavy-handed trying to remove the scratches. These readings are what I'd expect on a Japanese car with hardly any paint, and for this reason I'm not going to be able to chase out the remains of the scratches. I shall be giving it a light polish, and it will be light. Sorry for the interruption. So now we'll look at the rear half of the roof, and as you can see, it's a little bit healthier. They've still had plenty of polishing on it because these are quite low readings. Now, bearing in mind, you know, I'm going to be trying to get a really good finish with not a lot of lacquer to play with. This rear quarter, again, really low. So a lot of care is going to have to be taken. Get round the other side of the car. Let's have a look. See, that's 240, so I guess this has been painted. Again, high readings and no problem to polish. Passenger door. So there's a big variation, but again, plenty of paint on there. And the front wing, passenger side, plenty on here. So the reason for this video really is to show, before we can polish the car, we need to know exactly what we're going to be working with. It's going to change the way it's polished, the amount of polishing, what I can get away with, how far can I push it. One of the things we don't want to do is break through and then end up having to repaint the panel. So we're going to be treading really carefully around the car. This spoiler and the rear of the boot deck, I'm going to wet flat because the finish is appalling, which I think I've mentioned previously. You know, it don't match anywhere near the rest of the car. So I'm going to wet flat that. I'm just waiting for the TARDIS to do its thing so I can get the backing of the badge off. So all in all, on this side of the car, particularly on the driver's side, we've got our work cut out, you know, trying to create something really nice to have ceramics put on it, and not a lot of material to do it with. But I'm sure, you know, it'll be all right in the end. But the roof panel, massive concern, you know, I mean, that is just ridiculously low, and I'm surprised that it hasn't already been broken through. You know, it's but that's dealer prep for you. and obviously they've left all the swirl marks in the paint from their polishing, which I've now got to try and remove, as well as the defects. So I shall give you some updates as I go, and we'll see how much we can get out of it without causing any upsets. Of course, the upsets will be for me, nobody else. So there we have it. So I'll see you on the next one soon, hopefully with some good results. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Before I go any further with the bumper, which I've been working on, and this quarter panel, I thought I'd better try and do something with this spoiler. There's some deep scratches in it anyway, so I've started flatting it. It'll be flatted twice, and with 2 different grades of paper, and then we'll repolish it. Just trying to get rid of that terrible orange peel. As you can see, it's a bit rough, and I'm going to keep flatting this. You can see I'm just getting it down. Flat it down till it's flat. So I'm going to crack on with this, but we managed to remove quite a few scratches, and it's starting to look nice. Right, see you soon. Thought I'd just show how you can tell where all the deep scratches are as you're flatting. See the darker lines? That's where the deep scratches are. So as we're going along, we'll be looking to see where them scratches are and remove them. You can see they stand out quite badly when you start flatting. It should look $1 million once it's done. I'm not going to over flat it. I just want it to sort of match the rest of the vehicle. But since the spoiler on a Porsche is the most prominent feature, we want it to look nice. But I just thought I'd show, you know, the stuff that you can't normally see really well on, you know, filming. But the black bit where it's deep. Right then, I'm going to crack on. See you soon.